Whether it's the moon or Earth, this man is ruling all and everything. Genius is an understatement for a guy like him. It's a no-brainer, a guy like him can build anything, and we know his potential. Elon Musk began to explore electric aircraft's potential, which he claims could be feasible in around 5 years. Hey guys, and welcome to our channel, Top Riches. Before we dive into the video and get excited, please subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications as well to keep up with our entertaining content. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Alright, let's dive in. The aviation world has been the least progressive in the last few decades, but that's not because human beings can't come up with different alternatives. It is largely because the alternatives will have an unprecedented impact on either funding or environmental protection. Could this be fixed with electricity? How is Tesla planning to build one of the most ambitious ventures to take a flight to the next level? Unlike Musk's automotive and interplanetary aspirations, we have little knowledge of what to expect from Tesla. So we're going to try and break down the video into 5 pieces. Number 1. Does Tesla have any plans for the aviation industry? Tesla, with their on-road EVs, you can find thousands of videos and leaks about their inventions. But the Tesla plane seems to take a lot of time and isn't worth waiting for. But contrary to these, Elon Musk said that he was thinking about making a powerful electrical aircraft. What we should take from this is that we know that Elon has told us over and over that his idea for a plane would be VTOL, or that he would actually put in crap that could take off vertically. He also stated that he was preparing to make it a supersonic jet. But looking at the bright side, it's not enough to tell how well it can do. To look at the problems and improvements needed for the project is yet another meaning that Tesla is seriously considering the project. Elon argues that the capacity they have for a Tesla plane is not only an economic challenge, but a barrier to productivity and capital. He said there are extremely different regulatory regimes, as there are no automotive companies who are also aircraft companies. I think it's very difficult to get the aircraft into production and satisfy all the regulatory standards all over the world. It's very difficult. We wouldn't have to do a lot of things. It's not like there's a ton of unallocated money out there. It's like a relentless source of hunger. It's extremely difficult to find the right talent to bring them into an organization and make it work efficiently. It's not money, and particularly, there's only a fundamental constraint on exceptional engineers. Number 2. Is it going to be better than a traditional aircraft? While Tesla is on a full-capacity aircraft, there have been several studies and patents proposed by car manufacturers such as Tesla and Hyundai for a prototype of car that could hold 3 or 4 people on air. Since these are companies other than Tesla that invent such innovations, it will bring the requisite competition for Tesla to present its best results quickly. It's better than a traditional plane. Here, there is a lack of practicality and cost. Take the Concorde, for example. When it came out in the 1980s, a flight from New York to London could take only 3.5 hours. But even though this was practical, there were still countless problems, particularly with the pricing of fuel and the harm that could be done to the ozone layer. It was twice as fast as the speed of sound, which means that it was very noisy and required extra attention to takeoff and landing. The flight was soon halted due to these issues. If we choose to use an electric plane, they run on a battery and can be a lot cheaper, and will also reduce the cost of production. It wouldn't have a ridiculously high maintenance expense like the conventional aircraft. According to Musk, he also plans to make takeoffs more effective by limiting the width of the runway. If the aircraft could produce an upward thrust, which could then be redirected as a forwarding thrust for motion, the flight could basically take off like a drone. Since the upward thrust could be split into several propellers, it would be used to limit the noise output from takeoff. This is also theoretically feasible, as the approximate power for the aircraft to take off will be just 400 watt-hours per kilogram. Tesla is also working to boost its battery power. Unlike conventional planes, the Tesla plane would be supersonic without the problems we have currently. This means that transportation would be much faster and can reduce the travel period by an approximated 50%. Number 3. The challenges that the electrical plane has to solve. When we talk about the Tesla flights, we can't forget any of the problems that Tesla has to resolve. The biggest issue with any electrical aircraft will be the battery. This is something that Elon Musk has always spoken about as one of the main obstacles to the Tesla plane. Even though the batteries are efficient, they can only store a limited supply of energy, unlike the fuels that can be transported and transferred within a very limited time frame. It's just not possible with electricity. Tesla is working on improving its battery capacity, and according to Musk, it might be possible to produce more powerful batteries in just a few years. Then there's the fact that flights can't have pit stops, and even though you've got a full battery on your Tesla vehicle, you may have to make a stop or two if you're on a cross-country road trip. Now imagine flying miles through nations with one foot in the sky. Fortunately, several companies are working on ways to make batteries more effective without bulking up their size, and this should be a relief for everyone looking forward to the Tesla plane. But it's not just the battery power that airlines will have problems with, it's also protection. Fuel tanks in a plane have several precautions to ensure they're not destroyed, and even if they are damaged, there are measures to minimize that severity. However, because the electrical aircraft is still in its very early stages, there is simply not enough testing or qualification to include a safety procedure if anything happens to the battery. It's also very expensive to search for faults in the battery on a regular basis, compared to only testing the fuel pipes on a conventional aircraft. The traditional aircraft also has the option of dumping fuel if anything goes wrong, while taking off or landing to mitigate explosive damage. But if the battery is caught in the flames, there's no way you can just throw the battery out of the plane and away from the passengers. Number 4. Solutions and what to expect from them. Almost every problem has a solution as long as there is time. We humans can make solutions that are efficient and simple. With Tesla, this can be predicted. The issues of an electrical plane are not as big either. It has already been proved that we can take supersonic jets off a vertical takeoff. It is also possible that electric aircraft can fly for limited distances, but only at a speed of fewer than 40 kilometers per hour. That was exactly what people used to say about electric cars. They were sluggish, low mileage. Then, Tesla happened and changed the world of electric cars. The same thing can be said with the aircraft. Musk also said that in order to solve the issues, he wants to combine Tesla's facilities with SpaceX aero engineers. It will also include the necessary aircraft resource knowledge for an electrical aircraft that no other organization has. He also believed that designs of flying cars could be realistic. In addition, the main issues with batteries are being operated on every day. Not only EVs, but appliances and technologies need smaller yet more effective batteries, and the effort to make efficient batteries is being studied in all aspects of every industry. When the issues with the battery are fixed, it's just a matter of testing and qualification to see the first electrical aircraft. Try to imagine how much time the machines have taken. Computers back in the 1980s were enormous, but at incredibly low power today. They can be as sleek as a MacBook, but still have unparalleled power compared to old computers. It's just a matter of time that we can see the pattern in the batteries as well. Tesla also manages to bring an option to the power source instead of charging from the ground. It would be feasible if the aircraft were to be charged mid-flight, right? Having extremely powerful solar panels could also provide additional power to the Tesla aircraft, which would be as efficient as having a backup fuel tank on a conventional aircraft. Granted, Tesla would need to redesign the entire solar panel in order to be as effective as possible. Number 5. What are the intentions of Tesla for the aviation industry? It's not easy to estimate a fixed date for the Tesla plane as of now. According to research, it is very likely that we should expect to see a smaller and more powerful battery in 3 to 4 years. Next, assuming that Tesla is at least beginning to make a blueprint for the machine, it will take 2 to 3 years of testing and research to make a realistic model. Adding all this up, you've got to wait almost 8 more years to see the supersonic electric plane floating through the sky. And with that, it is time to end the video. We hope this session was informative. Do let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for more content just like this one, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new videos. Until then, fellas.